Hello, beautiful people. It's me, K Sauls, back for the 18th episode of Captain's Vlog. Tonight's episode is just really a continuation from last night's episode, where I was just really sort of answering a query that 22 and a bit of my fans asked me. We really was just basically wanting an insight into me, really. They were like, Soulsy, we want to know a bit about you, a bit more about you, where you're from, how'd you get here, how'd you get involved in this malarkey called the hip-hop business? And I felt, it's my duty and obligation to really, shed some light on all that so you can get to know me a little bit better, and hopefully I can get to know you a bit better, and we can have a proper relationship. So where do I begin? Well, I began last night by telling you a little bit about where I grew up. The mean streets of Byfleet and West Byfleet. Tonight's really going to be going a little bit further back, a little bit about my origin. My family are actually from Iran. So that's what used to be called Persia in the Middle East. They came over here in the 80s, just before I was born. Could have been just at the end of 70s, 79, but I think it was actually 1980. And I was born here in Queen Charlotte's Hospital in Chiswick. And they kind of went back and forth to Iran until they moved here properly, sort of, I think, 83, 84. But they were going back and forth. We still had a house there. And in fact, I was there during the Iran and Iraq war. Obviously, I didn't fight. I didn't shoot my first gun till I was sort of 3.5, 4. And, I was there for about a year and a half. Excuse me. And I actually remember, waking up and stuff, hearing the air sirens going off and air raid sirens and going into the air raid shelter, and it was quite scary stuff. My brother and sister were really traumatised because they were sort of, 9 and 10, so they still remember a lot of it. My sister was sort of afraid of the dark and stuff when she came over here, still kind of is. My brother couldn't sleep in his own room and stuff, so yeah, it kind of traumatised all of us. Obviously, I'm all right now. And it took a while for those anxieties to go away. Now, my father was a pimp. Not officially, but he dressed like one. And my mum, she was a teacher and a counsellor, child counsellor. Obviously, didn't work on me, obviously. Couldn't really be that good if she couldn't sort her own son out, but, we're not here to, cuss our mums. We're here to, get to know me a little bit better. So if I kind of move on from there, you've kind of know now where I was growing up, giving you a little bit of history, where my family come from and, where I come from. And now, the answer to your question, how did I get into this music malarkey? It actually started when I was 13 years old. I got my first pair of first pair of decks, should I say. There were Sound Labs, 1600s, I think, belt drives. started to DJ, happy hardcore and jungle, and it kind of just developed on from there. Became like a drum and bass DJ, an MC, used to do free parties, and, started to do more sort of shows like our own shows and stuff as well. And then gradually things just kind of evolved into me getting into hip-hop. But to be honest, I've always been hip-hop. I said this before, I am hip-hop because, I've always embraced the culture. It's always been in me. I'm pretty good at all parts of it. Pretty brilliant. As I've proven in my 4th episode. So go check that out. If you don't believe I am hip-hop, that episode fully proves it. Look, I think that should tie it up for tonight. I hope that gives you a little insight into me. I'll be back maybe next week for another show, an episode. But in the meantime, stay safe, stay warm, stay moist, stay wet, and look after yourselves. Love, peace, and light.